Hey, what's up, guys? Hope everybody's doing well and having a great day. Got a huge storm brewing. In fact, it's already underway. Be on the lookout for large earthquakes and more possible volcanic eruptions as a large Earth-directed X1 class solar flare is headed towards the Earth right now as I do this video. This solar flare is so strong it could spark auroras, and very fast, by the way. Should arrive here sometime on March 25th in the early morning hours. Its estimated speed is at just over 2.8 million miles per hour. Earth is the green orb right there in between the blue and red orb, and the CME is headed once again directly at planet Earth. This solar flare was so strong it created a large gash on the surface of the sun. Check this out. This is over here at the Solar Dynamics Observatory. That's one of the regions. Both of those regions went off simultaneously, creating the large Earth-directed X1 class solar flare. Watch the surface of the sun open up right here. Look at that big canyon. Are you serious right now? Coming over here to spaceweather.com, that's the feature article. A big CME is coming. And they also talk about the big gash that was created following the large eruption. Article goes on to say this morning's X1 class solar flare hurled a bright CME towards planet Earth. NASA and NOAA models agree that the storm cloud should reach our planet during the early morning hours of March 25th. And a direct hit could spark a G3 class geomagnetic storm with auroras down in the mid-latitudes of the United States and Europe. And here's another view of that large gash that was created by the very strong eruption. There were two eruptions at the same time from two different sunspots that created one large X-class solar flare. There are currently auroras over in the northern Europe area, up in northern Denmark, Sweden, and Norway, and that is because the IMF, the Interplanetary Magnetic Field, is tilted south. And basically what that means is that the magnetic shields are open. A southerly orientation opens the doors, and that would be the magnetic shields, and that will spark auroras, sometimes unexpected auroras. Whenever that IMF tilts south, the northern lights usually light up. But look for auroras down here in the mid-latitudes, guys, here in the next 36 to 48 hours. And if you get photos, by all means, send them in, and I will definitely share them. I want to show you guys the leading edge of this CME that's headed towards the Earth, and all of this energy is not only affecting this satellite, but every satellite that's orbiting planet Earth. So could we see blackouts? Could we see some sort of interference in our satellite communications? Absolutely we could, because what this energy does, at least one of the main things that interferes with satellites, it creates drag. It creates a heavy environment, if you will. And it can cause interference in satellites that we depend on. So the SOHO instruments are showing us that there is indeed energy starting to swarm the planet. In fact, here's what the D region looks like right now as I do this video. Both the North and South Pole are overloaded with energy, and that energy is only going to get stronger. We're starting to see earthquakes. This is the region right here, region 1 and region 2. This region down here is loaded with beta, gamma, delta magnetics that can produce more X-class solar flares, and there's another region coming around the northeastern limb of the sun that looks to be pretty good size. And checking in on the Schumann resonance, anybody noticing the increase in the last 6 to 8 hours? Looks like there's an upward trend in activity in the Schumann. So those of you that are sensitive to the energies in the Schumann, leave a comment down below in the comment section, because it looks like there is an uptick going on right now at this very time. Power outage situation over here at poweroutage.us. I believe this is from inclement weather. 32,532 customers in New York currently without electricity. Coming over here to the homepage of the website, today's feature photo was sent in by the Ingram family out of Navarre Beach, Florida. Absolutely beautiful photo. Look at the contrast there. The emerald green waters and the dark gray skies as storms were moving through the Florida panhandle. Great photo, guys. Really appreciate that. Also received photos here recently from around the world of what are being described as gravity waves. Nomi out of Switzerland noticed these gravity waves the other day. These were noticed by Charles out of Tularosa, New Mexico, out here in the southwestern United States. And here's another great example by George out of Euless, Texas. As far as he could see, large gravity waves spanning across the skies of Euless, Texas, going from Texas to Lexington, Kentucky. Christy also noticed the sky full of gravity waves going around the world, both the eastern and western hemispheres. Jason, southeast Ohio, sky loaded with gravity waves. Going to yet another location from southeast Ohio to El Cajon, California. These aren't necessarily gravity waves, but the sky looked super unusual on this day, and Brian happened to notice this unusual activity in the sky above California, took these photos, and shared them with me. What is going on up there? The sky, or at least the clouds here in this area, almost look like a piece of fabric or something. Either way, whatever's going on, it's unusual. Unusual enough to where he felt compelled to take a photo. Also some colorful clouds in the same region as these anomalies that he noticed. Great observation once again by Brian out of California. And guys, we're 15 days and 18 hours, almost 2 weeks away from the eclipse of a generation. The comet that's going to join the eclipse is right on schedule. Hasn't missed a nanosecond. Should be at perihelion during the total eclipse. We should be able to see Jupiter in the sky, should be able to see the comet, and of course Venus to the right during totality. Should be an incredible event, one that's going to be talked about for many generations to come. And I have some updated photos of the comet. Check this out. The head was spinning as he was recording, Michael Jagger out of Austria, creating almost what looked like gravity waves extending out away from the comet. It appears to be rotating in a clockwise motion. Here's a close-up view of the comet. Once again, this thing is inbound for a rendezvous with the sun on April 8th of 2024. Should be able to see that in the sky during the total eclipse. Unbelievable footage there of Comet 12P Pons Brooks. And once again, earthquake activity setting off a buoy down here in the South Pacific into event mode. That means it detected some sort of a tsunami, albeit small, but nevertheless, earthquake activity is already on the rise, and solar activity is also on the rise. Big CME inbound, headed towards planet Earth. Thanks for watching. Have a super day, and be safe out there.